welcome to another house building video in The Sims 3. Today I'm back with another request. I still have a few more to do. I think I still have 3 requests besides this one. But yeah, this one, it's actually a 4x4 home in a 10x10 lot. And no, it's not a starter home. It's not supposed to be one. It was just like requested as a challenge and not as a starter home. So yeah, in the end I didn't look much to the budget. I'm not sure if you can make it a starter home for 2 Sims if you place it in other lots, because I placed the 10x10 lot near the river in Moonlight Falls, and in The Sims, according to the landscape around the lots and the view, the price of the lot goes up and down. So if the 10x10 lot is in a place with a worst view, not near the river, I think the price might go down and you can place maybe 2 Sims in there. But I'm not sure though. So yeah, I place it near the river so I could have a good screenshot or thumbnail, but I haven't taken the photo yet, so I'm not sure if the river is going to appear or not. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much done down now. The shape of the house, it's pretty basic. It's a 4x4, so it's a square. But yeah, I decided to go with a temple or Asian temple Zen house kind of feel, since it was a square, and I made a 2 storage house and each floor as a 4x4 room. I can't make it any bigger, so yeah. But yeah, I ended up going with a very zen look, and it's kind of a dark outside because I went with black roof and black columns, and the outside is brick. I'm going to place the brick painting outside in a minute, but yeah, it's kind of dark on the outside, but the inside is very light, especially because it's a small place. It has to be lighter, but yeah, it's very different from what I normally do because I don't go with black wood and black roofs on my houses a lot. So yeah, but I just went with it. Since it was a square, I thought that kind of Asian and Zen feel would look nice. But yeah, and as you can see, I'm placing now the bricks outside. I had a lot of trouble choosing the kind of bricks that I wanted or the colors that I wanted outside. The inside was much easier, which is surprising because I normally take a lot of time in the inside, and because it's a small space should be challenge, but for me the outside was more challenge because doing something that looks nice with a square and something so small, it's kind of difficult. I did my other tiny house as well, and that was easier because it wasn't a square, it was a rectangle, and I ended up doing well, I think, on that one, but I'm not sure about the outside of this one. And at this point I'm going crazy with the plants, but I'm going to remove some of them in the end because it was too much. But yeah, I was going to put in brown roof and brown columns and make it everything lighter, but I always do that. I tend to do that a lot, so this time I said no to myself and I decided to keep this more dark look because I don't want my builds to be repetitive and look all the same. So I decided to change it, but the inside is lighter and it has to be because it's a small place. So yeah, and I used ladders instead of stairs because I had no space to put in stairs, and it has everything that you need. It has a full kitchen, it has a all-in-one bathroom, so you basically need to have or either Into the Future or Island Paradise, so you can place the all-in-one bathroom. And yeah, and as you can see, I just merged the oven to the counter, and I built this quite a lot of time ago, and I'm not sure if I tested this house. I think I did. I recall that I did, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to test it again. But I made sure that oven worked because it's merged into the counter, and there was a possibility that it didn't work because it was merged. But I think I tested it and it worked. If I didn't test it and I'm lying, I don't think I am. I remember that I tested the house. I'm just not 100% sure, so I'm going to do it again. But if it doesn't work, I'm just going to delete the counter and have the oven there without the counter merged in. I just like the look of the oven merged into the counter, but if it doesn't work, I just delete the counter and everything works fine. But I'm pretty sure that I tested this house. I will test it again though. But yeah, as you can see, I'm also merging the fridge there with some cabinets and into the wall, so it looks like it's merged into the wall, I guess. And I placed a shelf. Okay, I'm going outside now, but you could see before that I placed a shelf above the sink area, and that's because I didn't want it to have any more cabinets, because this is a very small place, and if you had a lot of cabinets, it kind of looks more busy and it looks very crowded for such a small place. So I decided to go with a shelf because it opens the space more, and under that there's a mirror because mirrors help make the room looking bigger. And I was going to add bigger mirrors, but it was a little bit too much, so I decided to go with that small mirror. And under that ladder, not under but to the left of the ladder, there's a little nook, and that's the kind of dining slash office area there in that 1x1 square. And I just merged a shelf and a table there to make the actual desk or table looked bigger. So yeah, that's just a little nook. I tried to make as much different spaces in this house as possible. So there's the all-in-one bathroom, which is supposed to be the bathroom. There's the kitchen, which is a full kitchen. Then we have that little nook there. There is an office and the bedroom upstairs. So yeah, the only thing that you don't have, it's a kind of a living room, but it's a 4x4 house, so there's not much that I could do about that. I'm pretty sure you can do like outside kind of relax area if you want to, and have an area to, I don't know, just relax and whatnot outside if you want, maybe with some lounge chairs or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, I put in some decorations above that shelf, and like I said, I left the shelf instead of the cabinets to look more open and more simple because it's a very small place. And I also added a chair that it's not very big. I ended up choosing a chair that looks small, so the space can look as spacious as it can be, even though it's not spacious at all. But yeah, and I added a few more decorations there. But yes, I tried to do as much of decoration as I could without make it look too busy. I wanted to make it look like simple because it's a very small space. But yeah, the inside was actually easier for me than the outside because I'm used to do small places in the inside, and I think I'm kind of not good, but at least I'm not bad with that. So it wasn't like hard for me to do the inside because I have done tiny houses before. But the outside was harder for me because it was a square, and I remember in my other tiny house it was a 4x3, so it was a rectangle, and it was definitely easier to do the outside and I used light colors, and it was kind of almost a beach house, and it was my style, so it was definitely easier. But on this one, I decided not to go with the brown roof and lighter colors because I always tend to do that, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I decided to leave the dark color on the outside, and I added that little Asian painting. I'm not sure if that is Japanese or Korean or Chinese, but yeah, that I decided to go with that painting to bring a little bit of the outside inside. And I don't know if you noticed, but I ended up adding more shelves above the kitchen area, all around the kitchen. And yeah, and I made the decorations a little bit more spaced out so it doesn't look too busy. And I also added another table, so you can have kind of a office place and another table for heat, like a dining place. And because it's a double bed, you can have two Sims in here. And yeah, and by the way, I did lower the roof a little bit, so the walls are a bit lower than the normal wall. But your Sims can walk under it and they can go to the bed, and there's no problem with that because I have tested before the height of walls, and I think until 12, like a normal wall has the same height as a stair of 16 steps. So your Sims can walk under a room made of walls with 12 steps high. So yeah, and this one I only lowered 4, so they have 12 steps height, so Sims can walk under it and there's no problem with it. And I'm adding a little stereo under it, or maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But yeah, I was going to add a little stereo under those shelves, but maybe I didn't. And I'm also going to merge like what is it called, a bookshelf, and this damn it, how is it called, the dressing thing. Oh god, I don't remember. And I put in a radio above the dressing thing. Oh god, this is annoying because I have the name right under my tongue, and I know that I know the name of that, the dresser. God, it's dresser, right? Yeah, it is. I put in the radio above the dresser, and yeah, and I'm making the clothes on the beds a little bit lighter and not as colorful. And the bedroom, it's kind of modern, I guess, and yeah, it's just a basic bedroom, and it has the window above the bed, which I like a lot. I think it's very nice. Imagine you being there, lying on the bed with the window looking to the river. It's kind of cool. At least I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, and I placed a little bit of a few decorations here and there to make it look lived in and whatnot. I didn't had a lot of stuff because again, it's a small space, so you don't need a lot. And if you have a lot, it looks a little bit crowded. And by the way, I added that bookshelf because it has a few shoes in there, and so it would look nice as an actual place for storage, like clothes, shoes, books, and whatnot. But yeah, and now I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I was trying to add a picnic table, but I didn't have the space to do it properly, so I ended up not doing it. But yeah, as you can see, the house is under 20 simoleons, but it's definitely above the price of a starter home, so it's not a starter home. Even though it's cheap, it's not a starter home. I'm basically putting some more bushes now, and I'm going to take the plants, or I already did take the plants off the columns because those ones were a little bit too much. But yeah, anyway, we are in the screenshots. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day, an amazing week, and as always, bye!